Hey guys, what's up? It's Micha. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, you should go down there and subscribe. So last week I did 2 truths, 1 lie with Dusty and David, which I will leave that link in the description. But in that video, one of my truths was that I got arrested once at a church festival for breaking a window. I felt like maybe you guys would want a video explaining what that whole situation was about, because we all know that I'm a good person and I wouldn't do something like that, obviously. So yeah, let's just get right into it. Where do I even begin? I want to say this was a little less than a year ago, so it wasn't too long ago. I still remember it. It's still traumatic. I went with 3 of my friends to this church festival. It's just there's a bunch of games like any other festival, except it was all the money goes to the church, so helping the community. The reason we went there was because one of my friends that I went with, her mom was working there inside the kitchen, so we had to stay there until she was done working. When we got to the festival, we pulled up and there was a car next to us. The front driver's seat window was completely shattered. It was bad. There was glass everywhere. You know what? I said this was less than a year ago. This actually happened in 8th grade. This was way more than a year ago. I'm stupid. Being the middle school curious kids that we were, we walked around the car and we looked at it, and we leaned in and looked at the window, how it was broken and all that jazz. And then we were like, dang, that sucks. But the thing was, we didn't tell anyone, any security or anything, that it was broken, so we're pretty much the only ones that knew, other than people that walked by and saw it. So we just went into the festival and we had fun, did what you would usually do at a festival. But one of my friends was sick. It started raining. Sick and raining do not mix well. We all went back with her to her car, and all we were doing was sitting in there having fun. We were just jamming out to music, and we were dancing around in the car like any other teenager. We were doing nothing wrong. This is where stuff starts to go downhill. We're sitting in the car and we're laughing, we're having a good time. It's fun, it was a good time. And then we noticed that the lady that owns the car comes back, and she is furious. She's on the phone with the police. Oh, she was so mad. She was so furious. She was talking crap about a freaking towel, because the person that broke it apparently used a towel, and then they left their towel in her car. She was like,
and they left their nasty brown towel in my car.
We're sitting in the car, like I said, laughing and having a good time. Okay, she did not like this. She comes back from a festival, her window's broken, there's a car full of teenagers next to her, cracking up while she's on the phone with cops. She assumed too quickly without asking us anything. She decided to tell the cops we're sitting in the car next to her, cracking up, and that she thinks we did it. People just assume the worst from teenagers, I guess. So no one really even questioned whether we did it or not. We just did it. It was all laughs and giggles until the cop comes. He did not look happy. I don't think that this cop did anything by the rules of what you're supposed to follow when you're a cop, I guess, protocols and stuff like that, because let's clarify this is a big part. There was no guardian with us. No one over 18 was with us in this car. He came to our car and he opened the doors. He started questioning us. He was asking us multiple questions on if we saw it, if we did it, what we're doing here. Okay, there's no guardian or a lawyer. Okay, you can't just question minors without a lawyer or a guardian present. But that is what he did. And then suddenly he was like, oh, I think it'd be a good idea for you guys to call your parents. Guys, I don't get in trouble. I think I've been in detention once at school. Getting in trouble with my parents, I hate that. Now, how do you think I felt about getting in trouble with the law, with police, with this guy wearing a badge that obviously doesn't believe us and doesn't like us? I think my friend, we'll call her Sarah. They had Sarah call her mom first, and then it was my turn, okay? I was next to call my parents and tell them, right now we're all thinking we're getting arrested. What do you think whenever the cops are questioning you and And it seemed like we were gonna get arrested. He made it seem like that. He was really dramatic and just like blew everything out of proportion. And so I was sitting there and I was figuring out how I was gonna tell my parents on the phone that I'm getting arrested for breaking a car window at a church festival of all places. I called and I think I woke my dad up. I'm not for sure. I'm pretty sure he was asleep. So I told him everything. At this point, like, as soon as he started questioning us, I was bursted out in tears. Like, I'm a baby, I'm not gonna lie. I cried a lot. I did not want to get in trouble at all, and I was crying through this whole thing. So I'm on the phone with my dad and he's trying to understand me, and I'm sitting there just like sobbing and talking to him at the same time, trying to explain myself. And then the cop gets mad because he knows my dad can't understand me. So he grabs the phone from me. Okay, I did not hand him my phone. He grabs the phone from me and he starts talking to my dad and tells him everything I just said, except he's not sobbing. And then he hangs up the phone and he says, your dad's on the way. He finally has my friend, we'll call Melanie, call her mom, which is the mom that's working the festival. And she tells her mom everything and her mom comes down. No one else's parents came except for mine, so it was just my dad and then Melanie's mom. So before Melanie's mom got there, he had us all get out of the car. And he got his flashlight and he shined it all over our clothes. And I can't tell you for sure what it is. We never knew. We assumed that it was like lint or body glitter or something. It was all over my shoes. And then it was all over Melanie's shorts. He has me take off my shoes to put in a bag because there's glass shards on them, which, you know, it could have been glass shards because I went around and I looked at the car. I was stepping all over in the dirt looking at the car. And then, like I said, Melanie has whatever it was on her shorts. My friend Elena, we'll call her Elena, after the cop took my shoes because there was glass shards on them, and then he said there was glass shards on Melanie's pants. Of course, Elena, being the smart aleck that she is, was like,
oh, are you gonna make her take her pants off because you made her take her shoes off?
That may not seem funny, but it was so funny in the moment because it was such a serious situation. So that happened. He didn't make her take off her shorts. My dad gets there. Keep in mind, I still have not stopped crying my eyes out. My dad walks up. I started apologizing, and I was just trying so hard to make him not mad at me. We get in front of the cop. He starts writing down a ticket for me. Okay, I've never had a ticket. This part was hilarious. It's hilarious now. It wasn't hilarious in the moment because I was like, oh, my dad's gonna get arrested too, and then we're gonna have to call my mom to bail both of us out of jail. My dad is furious. He is pissed. This is like the pissed I've ever seen my dad in my entire life. To make it better, the cop starts to hand the ticket to me and my dad tries to grab it. He pulls it back.
No, sir, this isn't your ticket, this is your daughter's.
My dad just gave him a dirty look, and then he tries to give it to me again, and my dad tries to get it, and he was like,
I'm not giving this ticket to you. I'm giving this ticket to your daughter because it's her ticket.
I'm not gonna be mad if you give my ticket to my dad. Like, there's no point in that. The only reason he did that was to be a jerk. My dad gives up, and the cop hands the ticket to me, and I grab it. What am I gonna do with it? I don't want it. So I grab the ticket and I give it straight to my dad. As soon as I handed my ticket to my dad, he threw it on the ground and started yelling at this cop. Okay, all the other girls go back to Melanie's house with her mom. I go home with my dad. And later on, my parents ended up getting a lawyer, not because they didn't want to pay the ticket, but because they didn't want that on my record that I got that ticket. It was like destruction of property or vandalism, one of those. And they didn't want that on my record, so we ended up getting a lawyer. It ended up that the cop wrote the tickets, but he didn't like file them or turn them in or something. He did something wrong. The judge was like, this can't fly. He didn't fill it out, so technically there is no ticket. Even though we received it, we weren't charged with it, so it's not on our records or anything like that. So yeah, I got a ticket for breaking a car window at a church festival, but I did not get charged with it. I experienced one of the scariest times in my life. I can honestly tell you guys, if you've never been in trouble with the cops, you never want to be, even by accident or on purpose. It sucks and it's scary and it's just you don't want it in your life. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. There are plenty more videos to come. I post new videos every Saturday. I'm currently working on a video series that is possibly gonna go up on Wednesdays, so you guys can definitely look out for that. I'll let you guys know on Twitter, so you guys can follow me on Twitter or Instagram, and I'll be letting you guys know if I'm gonna do this whole Wednesday video series thing that I'm planning right now. Leave me a comment telling me a story about one time you've been in trouble, whether it was with your parents, the cops, school, whatever. Just let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all, and remember, keep your head up. I went with... My hair's not working with me. I'm like, why would you give me a second? Like, that's so rude, and I hate you for it, and you hurt my feelings, and how could you do that? Like, that was such a scary day for me. Like, how could you do that? Did you not think about my feelings? How